What's up guys, I'm here again with another awesome video. Why do I say that? I always say awesome video yet my videos are shit. Well, what's up guys, I'm here again with another shitty video, and today we're doing a top 5 video on games in 2017 that I'm like looking forward to. And before we get into it, I'd like to apologize for not uploading for the last 3 days. I know weekends are like iffy, and Friday I promise that I'll do like every single day uploads. And thing is, what happened here was my internet crashed Friday, so it's been down all week. It actually just started working again like last night around 11ish, 10ish. So it was just whole pain in the ace. I can't say that actual word because YouTube will demonetize me. You know YouTube is a fucking bastard. Oh, what? You didn't hear that bad word. You did. Just get the fuck out of get the fuck out of me. No. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm crazy, but just to clarify the schedule, it's gonna be uploads like I'm gonna push every single day, weekend, not week, including weekends. I'm gonna push every single like weekday. I'm gonna have upload every single weekday, and then weekends are gonna be like a maybe baby. So, with that said, let's just get right into it. At number 5, I put Crash Bandicoot and Insane Trilogy. That game, it's pretty much the first 3 games that Crash Bandicoot came out on, I believe, on the PS1 days. And yeah, you can play on PS2 because PS2 had like backwards capability, so you can play PS1 games on PS2. And that's pretty much the remake of remastered of the first 3 games of Crash Bandicoot, and they finally bring it back. It's been like its 10th anniversary like a year ago. They announced at E3, which is now, and I just can't wait for it because that game is pretty much the game that essentially got me into like gaming. I know like Pokemon was like my first gaming game, but that was like Nintendo. It was like, it's a portable game. It wasn't like that was like the game I played on PS2. It's going to bring back so much nostalgia. I already pre-ordered it like during Christmas. It's coming out on June 30th. This year, obviously, because this is 2017 game. That's why Red Dead Redemption wouldn't be here, because it was going to come out 2017, but then they push it back to 2018. So that's why that game's on this list. But I just can't wait for Crash Bandicoot. It's one of my favorite games. I remember playing it on my PS2 when I was a little shit. I was like probably 6 years old, 4 years old. I remember even Father's Day. I remember buying the game before because my grandparents live in another town that's our way. So I remember driving down on the way back. I went to Walmart, bought a trilogy thing for the PS2. I remember playing it all night, all day. It's one of my favorite games. Go bring back so much nostalgia. I'm going to stream it on this channel. I just can't wait for it because Crash Bandicoot it's like the first game I ever really played on PS2, and besides that game, it was like basketball 2K, and that Crash Bandicoot was the game that essentially made me evolve from just playing a little Pokemon game to what I am today. For number 4, I decided to pick Star Wars Battlefront 2. I picked that because I played the first game, like I game shared it with one of my friends, Chaos Wolf. Shout out to him, check out his channel, all that shit, blah blah blah. But anyways, he game shared that because we were on PlayStation, so we game shared like games. I gave him Destiny and gaming that for a while, and then now we decided to just get our own games with. For a while, he let me play that game, and I played it, and I remember playing the beta. It was a pretty chill game. It was pretty good, and in the beginning, they didn't have too much, but I remember now they added a couple characters in Battlefront 1, and the game was really well balanced, and just becoming a hero or having the hero battles, that's one of my favorite game modes. I just love that game mode so much. I just really like that game, Battlefront. If I was at like game sharing, like, because we stopped game sharing each other, so we bought our own stuff, so I stopped playing that game. But for a good while, I played it that was like one of my main games for a little bit, even though it died out eventually. But it was still a really good game, and I want to see how they're going to do with Battlefront 2, if they're going to add like the new characters from the second movie or Rogue One, or if they're going to add it from pretty much a New Hope, the second New Hope, because the new Star Wars movie was just pretty much a ripoff of that. Don't get too triggered by that, but I wonder what they're going to add. It's going to be cool. I bet they're going to reveal a lot at E3 because E3 is right now, so keep in mind that this video is like being recorded before like I seen anything on E3, because I know that there's an Assassin's Creed game that's coming out that looks pretty cool, pretty dope, and I feel like I would add this, but the release date's probably go back to 2018 and all that. So keep in mind that I haven't watched too much on E3, so I don't know too much about stuff that you guys might know. So check out E3 to figure out more stuff. But anyways, this game's coming out November 17th, 2017, obviously. And I just can't wait to get this game because it's pretty chill. For number 3, I decided to put Call of Duty World War II. Obviously, everyone's waiting for that game because finally they listened to us, like how Battlefield 1 did, and they did like a year later and all that. But they finally listened to us, and they're finally going back in time instead of going in the future. But that'd be sad if they did a joke, because how they do the Roman numeral, I think. For 2, it's the II, or you could say it's 11, so it's actually Call of Duty World War 11, so it could be based in the future, but no, that's just a joke. And anyways, I just can't wait for it. I have a lot of history with the World War, and I remember when I used to study the shit out of it in library, because we had like library in elementary school, and I didn't really have anything else. I just read cool things, found out that they had like a pen gun and all this shit. And World War II is like my favorite war. I know a lot about it. It's one of the things that I studied, and I know a lot. It has a lot of history with me personally. And plus, I just love Call of Duty. It's a pretty good franchise. Activision is kind of money hungry, I know that. Especially one thing that I will be looking forward to is like COD points and all that to get new guns, and hopefully they don't ruin like Modern Warfare when they remastered it and made you get like new guns, they added things and COD points and all this bullshit. But I can't wait for this game because, like I said, it's based in the past. They finally listened to us. Everyone wants a game where you could actually be in your boots. You don't just see people just flying away just everywhere, and they're finally listening to the audience, to the player, and they're finally going back in time, and I can't wait for this game. For number 2, I picked a game that I just can't wait for, even though the first one was way better, and I doubt that the second one will surpass it. But no, I'm not talking about Destiny 2, but I'm talking about Last of Us 2. The Last of Us was just a really good game. The campaign was just amazing. They really know how to make campaign because they made Uncharted 4, all the Uncharted series. Now Last of Us is just so good. They also created Crash Bandicoot, so there's another plus to it, and just it became like a PlayStation exclusive. Wait, scratch out. I'm not too sure if they created Bandicoot, but I know Activision created Crash Bandicoot. But what I meant to say was it was a PlayStation exclusive, just like how Crash was. Crash was a PlayStation exclusive. And then forgot the name, the purple dragons that became in Skylanders, Skyro or something. I forgot. That became the exclusive for a little bit, and then now Last of Us is our PlayStation exclusive, like main game, just like how Xbox has Halo. And just Last of Us, the campaign was so good. I'm not too sure if it's going to be PlayStation exclusive still. That probably is, but yeah, just like Uncharted and all that, most likely just will be PlayStation exclusive. So sorry, Xbox fans and PC, I guess. Actually, there's probably a way you could get on PC, I'm sure. But anyways, just from the first one, it's such a good. And the only thing that I'm kind of like disappointed with is that yeah, it's a sequel. Usually they don't do as good as the original, and plus the first one ended in a perfect spot. Like the ending, just after all this thing, after everything that happened, all this tragic stuff that happened, all the people that you befriended and then they got killed. It's nice and peaceful. You guys are walking in a forest, so peaceful. You finally have peace after all the stuff that happened, all the zombies, everything. And the story was just so good. Each part, like, it made me binge play and just kept on playing. And it's not like, yeah, you can watch on YouTube, but it's not the same unless you play yourself, because if you play yourself, you feel what the characters feel, and it's just an amazing game. And that's why I picked this one, because hopefully, because I believe it's Underdog, they know how to make their games. They know how to make story. They're so good with story and campaign, and I know they're going to make this game good, but I'm kind of like iffy about it because it's a sequel, and how the first one ended, it ended in a perfect spot, and I feel like the second one would kind of mess that perfect ending up and kind of won't be as good as the first one. But regardless, it's probably will be a really great game. Maybe not as good as the first one, but I just can't wait to play. I'm probably going to live stream that game. I just can't believe. I just can't wait for it. It's one of my favorite games ever. The best campaign I ever played has to be Last of Us, and the second one I just can't wait for it. And the release date is, we don't know yet, at least as the time of making this, but they're probably going to release at E3, so check it out, because right now E3 started, and it's probably going to release at E3 because they haven't really said anything. They revealed the game like last E3, so the release date should be maybe this E3 they're going to release it. So should be in 2017, I believe. It makes sense. This game might be in 2018, so that might make an exception. So just regardless, this game is amazing. I love Last of Us, so it's going to be here even if it's 2018. Okay, at number 1, you could probably guess it, especially I hinted at it at number 2, is obviously Destiny 2. I can't wait for that game. I played the first Destiny. That was like my main game. That was like one of the games that I actually got fully connected to and grinded the hell out of it. Like, yeah, Call of Duty is good. I grinded it for like a couple months. Yeah, that much, and then I just gave up on it. But Destiny 2, I first played Destiny, I just grinded it. That game lasted me like 3 years, even though it died out a little bit at the end. And I know there's some of those bad droughts, so Destiny was kind of but it was a really great game. I loved it. It was like the only game I actually grinded so much on. I got every single exotic in the game. I played all the raids. I done everything. I went flawless. I done everything in the game. I love that game so much. And Destiny 1, I have to say the vanilla Destiny, the original one before like DLCs and all that. Well, I guess you'll include them. Just this is year 1 Destiny. That's probably my favorite year because everything was like still new. That's before like year 2 came out and then it just everything changed. And I got into it. I love that game. I started playing all the raids and doing all that. I got really connected. Then year 2 came, and one of my favorite raids is going to be besides like Fall Glass. I love the freaking Fall Glass. Like, it was like the raid that came a strike. I know so much about the game. It's like one of my favorite games. I just can't wait for Destiny 2 because Destiny 2, we lose everything. We lose the tower. Do I have to explain why Destiny 2 is number 1 on the spot? I mean, like I said, it's subjective, and of course, and like, yeah, the Taken King was great, and that then like Res of Iron was okay. It was because Destiny 2 was supposed to come out, but they didn't have much time, so they released Res Iron as thing to give more time for they could focus on Destiny 2. I just can't wait for it. And another good reason to come out, I'm a fucking weeb, and yeah, go ahead, call me a weeb, but go type in, you fucking weeb, kill yourself. I don't really give a shit. But the goal, or Gary, what people of the goal call him, the main I guess antagonist, you could say, the Cabal Emperor, I believe. Not the Emperor, but the leader of the, I forgot, the Legion, but the guy that pretty much attacks us to take our light because he's jealous. That dude, his voice, I just, when I first watched the reveal trailer, I even did like a when the beta's coming out, I'm gonna stream that shit. But when I first watched the reveal trailer and it showed his voice, I was like, oh shit, I know that voice somewhere. So I did some research and I found out that his voice was played by the same guy that did Madara Uchiha in the English dub of Naruto Shippuden my butt. And I was just like, oh shit, I'm gonna be able to kill him because his voice is just so good. He's such a good voice actor, and he made a perfect role for a villain and something like that. And his voice for Gold or Gary is just giving me flashbacks to freaking Madara Uchiha and Naruto. Madara is like one of my favorite characters, probably my top 5 and all that shit. But let's get out of that weebish thing, but just Destiny 2, the theory and that you lose everything. You lose the tower, the last safe haven on Earth. You lose everything, and then you gotta reclaim it. It's just like our channel. Like a phoenix, we shall rise again. Destiny 2 is that. It's a phoenix, so it has to rise again. I just can't wait for it, and there's new planets. There's going to probably be Trials of the 9, which we're going to find out more trials. And one of the things I'm waiting for is that I believe it's the first DLC of, which is like the Osiris DLC, and it's maybe involved like Osiris and Trials and everything. And we're going to find out so much lore about that. And then after that is Rasputin, and we're going to find out some. I'm not as excited for the second DLC, but I'm more excited for the first DLC. I can't wait to play the raid. I can't wait to play that game. I just love Destiny 1, and I just can't wait to play Destiny 2. That looks like that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Those are my 5 games that I can't wait for, that I'm looking forward for 2017, even though Last of Us might be 2018, but don't mind that small detail, that fact. But all these games, except for like maybe Last of Us, I'm not too sure on. They're probably going to reveal the date on E3. All these games are coming out in 2017. That's why I did add Red Dead Redemption, because that got pushed to 2018. And keep in mind that this is subjective. This is my opinion. This is what I'm looking forward to, me personally. I did add games that I was too connected to. Do me a favor and hit that share button. Share on any social media. Do me a huge favor. I would really appreciate that, because that helped me grow. Excuse me. I had to burp. But that helped me grow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the support you guys been giving me. I know I've been getting like growing more now and getting more comments and all that. And just do me that little favor, share it to anyone you know, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell anyone, I don't know. Share on any social media. And with that said, that looks like that's it. Like, subscribe to the awesome stuff. And as always, hope to see you guys next time. 2 to the 5 to the 3. I have found the enemy. Come and face me. The objective is 9. Join me if you will. Bet all you have is 7. Anyone else is a nail. 3 to the 5 to the